Okay, so throughout history, all people in every nation and culture wished to be satisfied. From ancient times, philosophers, psychologists, and theologians have studied the questions around satisfaction. Let's look at a couple of examples, one from the 1st century and one from the 21st century, that illustrate how two successful people from two totally different times have struggled with making sense of living an abundant and virtuous life. Around 70 AD, a highly educated, highly motivated, successful professional man with a global perspective discovered that all the capability and goodness that he thought he had gained over his life was basically worthless to him. He said it was as valuable to him as sewage. He found that the abundant and virtuous life was not sourced in what he could do, but came from trusting an eternal, virtuous, supernatural power who wanted to willfully and freely give him everything he needed for life. Viewing his humanity as flawed and inadequate, he sought the source of abundant and virtuous life from a power outside of his humanity. At the core of his worldview is how he answered this question: if there is a more excellent way, why are humans trusting their humanity to produce it? Contrast this with a recent social media blog post from a young woman who is educated, successful, motivated, and has a global perspective. She has become disgusted with what she calls the obsession with religion, that it is basically a cultural influence. She believes that people are naturally good, kind, and loving, and that they should pledge allegiance to their humanity, not some spiritual power that causes them to fight with and destroy others. She says that it's humanity that will resolve the evils of poverty and disease in our world, not religion. At the core of her worldview is this question. It is a very old theory that you give love and you get love, and vice versa. So why are we here, fighting and spreading hate? This is an interesting contradiction in worldviews. Both people, separated by thousands of years, are clever and successful, each writing about what it takes to have an abundant and virtuous life. Yet each have reached a conclusion that results in two competing worldviews. Relative to this topic, take a moment to check out these next 4 questions.